Hey what's up guys, this is Avers13 and today I'm going to be talking about the 10 things that I actually felt kind of regretful doing back in ASASI UiTM DENGKIL. And without further ado, let's just jump right in. And coming at number 1 is that I kind of felt that I wasted a lot of time staying inside my room because UiTM DENGKIL is basically within Lembah Klang. You have KL, you have Cyberjaya, you have Putrajaya surrounding DENGKIL, and all I did was that I just stayed inside my room. I didn't really go outside and explore and do a lot of outings in those areas. Even though I am from the federal territories myself, but judging by my own self, I think I'm the type of person that kind of confines myself inside my own room and sleep all day. And even back when I was a teenager, I didn't really get the chance to go and explore everything within Lembah Klang. And as a foundation student, I should have reaped and exploited the opportunity and freedom to go outing and explore all the places that I have never been in Lembah Klang. Secondly, I felt that I was studying too hard. I was putting a lot of pressure onto myself and I really didn't care about my physical and mental health. I studied from morning until midnight, non-stop. I only ate at my table. I didn't do a lot of stretching. I didn't walk around outside or do some jogging or play futsal or ping pong that much to invigorate and revitalize my health back to tip-top shape. All I ever did was inside my room. I did a lot of notes, I read the books, and didn't really think about going downstairs and playing futsal because I already know that I really suck at playing futsal. I might disappoint a lot of people because they want to win every time they play football. They don't play football or futsal just because of the fun of it. They just want to win and gain a lot of scores from playing futsal and football. I didn't even get 4 flat from studying too hard. I almost got 4 flat. Just because of 1 or 2 subjects, I didn't get it for both sems. I almost got it. And I felt kind of envious and jealous of those students who got 4 flat. They got the opportunity and chance to eat dinner. Lavish one, a posh dinner at PICC. But then when I thought about it again, it doesn't really matter if you get 4 flat or something like that. As long as you get something above 3.0, you're already destined to further your studies in diploma and degree because getting a 4 flat and foundation doesn't really matter unless you want to pursue degree and diploma. You can't even get a job or career from your CGPA in ASASI or foundation. I don't really care after 4 flat students go and eat dinner at PICC because you don't need to have a lavish luxurious dinner to prove that you are worthy, that you are an intellectual or an intelligent person. But all you need is hard work and determination. The third thing that I kind of regret of doing back in ASASI Foundation, UiTM DENGKIL, was that I kind of sucked at being a treasurer. I actually did collect and managed to accumulate some money from my club members, but I actually felt that the events and programs that we did in Mooting Club, which is the club that I was part of, was insufficient. We only sold nacho cheese and we only had this one session where we watched movies together, but that was only once, and we only had an in-year party. We didn't really have any mooting competitions. We didn't have any sort of extravagant activities or programs like debating club or any other clubs back in DENGKIL. I wished I could have gone back time and organized those mooting competitions and invited more people to come in, but I thought that I actually sucked and didn't really find the opportunity or ways to make Mooting Club stand out among the other clubs. The fourth thing is that I think that I was a bad class rep. I was class rep for both Sem 1 and Sem 2. I was chosen because I don't know how I was chosen to become a class rep, whether it was my own willingness or people chose me to become a class rep. During my initial tenure as a class rep in both Sem 1 and Sem 2, I thought being a class rep was like being a prime minister, was being like the superior, being the omnipotent person in class and being the most intelligent and being the most smartest person in class. But it turns out that's a very wrong perception to have. I felt kind of stupid and dumb for thinking about that, because being a class rep is not all about the fame, it's not all about the power, it's not all about the position that you have in class, but it's more about how you organize, it's more about how you help and assist your classmates in your studies, I guess. One thing that I felt that I was really bad at being in a class rep was that I didn't really inform my classmates fast enough regarding certain information from the lecturers, communicative or responsive in my WhatsApp group. Some of my classmates don't even like me being a class rep. I tried my best to become a good class rep. I even became the class rep for Sem 1 in degree, and I thought to myself that it's not really worth it being a class rep unless you are willing to do it, unless you have the energy, you have the determination, you have what it takes to become a class rep. I don't really think that being a class rep is a total waste because I learned so much things as being a class rep. I learned some leadership skills, I learned some vocal skills, some interactive skills with people, how to deal and communicate with people. I won't say that I learned 100% from being a class rep, but I'm still learning and developing myself. Number 5 is that I wanted to join almost everything. Because my mooting club, we don't have a lot of activities and programs, and we didn't have enough COCO marks to collect. So I ended up joining other clubs, such as going to the English language club. I went to the debating club. I also went to what other clubs? I can't really remember. There were so many clubs back in ASASI, UiTM, DENGKIL. I wanted to join everything because I had this idea, I had this sort of thinking that if you collect a lot of COCO marks, you will have a good chance of pursuing your studies and diploma or degree. I think that's partially true because I was among the 20 students who got the highest COCO marks in ASASI UiTM DENGKIL. I got number 10 or 9. Oh, I can't really believe I collected more than 200 COCO marks. That was kind of impressive to me. But in the end, I'm not sure if people for degree or diploma really look into your COCO marks. During my interview, the interviewers, they did look at my COCO marks, but I'm not sure if, because back in ASASI, they stopped collecting the COCO marks now. Coming at number 6 is that I wanted to try to fit in. I want to try a lot of new clothes, new fashion, new stuff back in ASASI, back in foundation. It was during that time and age where you were very young and you wanted to explore and find certain developments in your life, that certain phase in your life. But at the same time, when I thought about it, I felt that I was pushing myself too hard. I wasn't being the natural, ubiquitous, unique self that I was. Every human being has their own differences, and I felt that I wasn't really being myself. I saw that people wore that particular clothing. I saw people talking in that some sort of way. But when I thought about it, I didn't really feel comfortable about doing that. And I wasn't really being myself. So from now on, I don't really care if people say that I have long hair. I don't really care if people say I wear in a very weird fashion of clothing. As long as I feel happy, I feel comfortable, and I feel good about myself, about how I look. I don't care what people would say. I don't need to imitate or copy other people to feel better about myself, because I already am happy and glad about how I look, how I talk, and how I present myself. For number 7, I was really creepy, I was really cringy and a weird idiot, a really stupid Duncan, because I don't know what was going on with my brain, because I always posted a lot of pickup lines on my status, WhatsApp status, and I thought that because UiTM Foundation, you have 80% of girls there. I don't really know what the girls thought of me posting those pickup lines. They might have felt disgusted of that. They might feel cringy and stupid and felt that I was kind of a weird, awkward guy. And I stopped doing that in Sem 2. I also took a lot of pictures of girls from a distance because I thought that the girls were doing it among themselves. So I decided to take a picture from them from a distance and put a lot of weird captions. And they didn't really take that as a friendly gesture. They thought of it as something weird. It's only natural and okay for girls to do it among themselves, but when guys do it, it turns out to be creepy and cringy and awkward. So I learned my lesson from there. I stopped interacting and engaging with girls unless it's necessary, like doing group work or assignments and stuff like that. I don't know what the girls think of me right now. I try to change and improve myself and become much more of a normal person mentally. But that's something that I regretted doing now that they think that I'm a creepy bastard. Afterwards, I've disappointed a lot of girls. Like I've mentioned before, there's like 80% of girls in foundation, something around that line. Because in every class, you will only have a maximum of 6 guys and 20 plus girls in a classroom. I've encountered and met a lot of girls. I never intended to have a relationship with them, but they took it to another level. I just wanted to become friends with them. Sometimes I get a lot of texts from the girls. They even draw a anime picture of me. There's this one Caucasian girl, half Malay girl, who drew an anime sketch of me, and she sent me a lot of texts every night. I felt kind of annoyed and irritated by that. I just replied in a friendly tone. But then afterwards, a few months later, after we finished foundation, I think she blocked me. I didn't really care. I just want to become friends. I didn't really want to have something serious about it. Also, I had this one classmate. On the first or second day of foundation, I became the class rep, right? So I was sitting at my table and then she came right at me and then she touched my phone and asked me if she could become my assignment group mate. And she really worked really hard to show that she was a really good group mate. She also texted me a lot and asked me a lot of questions about law. The messaging and texting became so frequent. And then one time, I was studying at the DB room. So I invited her to join me, and then she said that she already had a boyfriend. And she sat right in front of me at a different table with her boyfriend. It felt like as if she wanted to make me feel jealous. And I actually did feel jealous because of how I treated her, how I responded in such a normal way. But I really don't care afterwards because I initially thought of her as only a friend and someone who is very helpful, of someone who is amicable, someone who is very cooperative, nothing more than that. And I don't really think about having a girlfriend right now. I don't even think that I might be in a relationship anytime soon in 8 or 10 years because I don't think happiness comes from having a relationship. I think that true happiness comes in what you do and how you feel and how you treat your own self. Number 9 is that I think I felt that I was a little bit too selfish and greedy because every time we form a group assignment, I'm always the group leader in that assignment, and I instructed people, I give commandments, I ordered them to do stuff. But as a leader, I thought that I should have assisted them. I thought that I should have worked together with them. And there was this one presentation where I talked most of the time, and my group mates didn't have a chance to talk. And every time we did a group assignment, a written assignment, I will write most of the work, and I will do the printing, I will do the organizing, I will do the binding and stuff. When I thought that I was the only one doing the job, and I don't really know what's the rationality, the logic of having a group assignment. Working by your own self is already enough, and if you work in a group, you already have a burden because of one person, and completing a task is more painstaking when you have certain people in your group who doesn't put as much effort as you do. I wish that there's no more group assignment. I never wanted to have group assignments. We can have a group assignment unless you choose the right and correct person. If you end up having a group assignment with basically stupid idiots, you will end up doing most of their dirty work, and they will reap and get the marks from your own hard labor work. Last but not least, I think that I was a people pleaser. When every time that people asked me a favor, every time that people wanted me to do something, I will always comply and perform. I never thought about myself. I never thought that these people never returned anything back to me. It was only a one-sided bargain. I was the one giving them, and they gave me nothing. It was like a parasite. It was something, and I never really considered my own self. All I did was like, when people say this, I said yes, I said yes, I said yes, and I said yes. I never said no. I never said no to those people, and I wanted to learn, and I'm trying to build myself to say no in every situation. Because every time people, when they take the advantage over you, they will never remember you. They will only remember you during the hard times. But when they are in the good times, they will forget about you, they never care about you. It's like some sort of like a flea sucking your own blood on your scalp. It's like a mosquito biting into your body. Even at going to malls and shopping stores, you'll always have people persuading you to buy stuff. There's always people inviting you to join some sort of group, some sort of cause that they want you. But if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel that it is right for you, and it is taking a toll on your own personal health, then you shouldn't continue. You shouldn't pursue that and just say no and just give a quits to it. That is pretty much all that I want to talk about in this video. Those are the few things I regretted doing back in foundation, ASASI, UiTM, DENGKIL. I'm trying to improve myself and become a better human being. I am the person who I am. I'm going to be the person who's going to determine my own destiny and future. I hope that you guys get the message in this video, is that you should value and have high esteem of yourself, build your own confidence, and do not let others take an advantage of yourself. That is pretty much all that I want to say in this video. I hope you guys the best in everything that you do, and good luck.